Hello everyone, and welcome to a traditional draft of Forgotten Realms. So, if you have watched my content, you know that in the previous draft I was able to complete the set. So, after that draft I did open all my packs and I got all the rares. Well, of course the rares, but also all the mythic rares as 4 copies each, which means I have no reason to redraft any cards. So even mythic rares I can just pass if there's something better for my deck. I will still pick rares and mythic rares because they are, 20 and 40 gems, but only if there's nothing good for my deck or for my sideboard in this draft, because this is a best of 3 draft. Alright, so this pack, the good cards that I would not mind first picking is the rare which I'm gonna take. It's double color, but this is just completely bonkers. Also splashable, by the way, because it's 5 mana. 5 mana card which has only single casters for the colors, so I can splash this in any green or any white deck. Warlock class Hulking Bugbear, Hamapashar, sure. Yuanti, quite nice pack actually, but very easy pick for me because the rare is just clearly better than anything else there. Alright, so of course I want to stay green and white here, and I think the best card in the pack, I think it still is the Plate Armor. The Chaos Channeler is good, but it is still a creature. This can just get eaten by removal, whereas Plate Armor, well, there are artifact removal effects in the set, but not as many as creature removal sets. And this is just going to, unless you are very behind in tempo, this can easily just dominate the combat entirely. So yeah, very easy pick of Plate Armor after Drist the Urden here. I don't know how to actually say his last name. Drist de Urden. I don't know, sorry about that, but I don't even know how to say his first name. But I don't know who he is. I've read actually some books that are a Salvatore that features Drist de Urden. I don't know what's the names in English because I have written only in Finnish way back in the day when I was a bit younger. Nice book still, I recall. Alright, let's focus on this pack now that I got some cards here. Sadly, not really a lot for me going on. There is like one reason to pick the Sylvan Sefed, because I could be green-white, and that can have some number of life gain payoffs, and the Sylvan Sefed is okay in that case. But I have to take into account the possibility that maybe these colors won't be open here, and I should take maybe something else. I think I'm not taking the Goblin Lord. This needs quite a few goblins to be actually any good, so no. Precipitous Drop. I guess the Displace a Beast is pretty nice too, but blue is a weak color in this set. This is one of the better blue cards. This uncommon is really good, in my opinion, for a 3-drop, but I don't know, maybe I'll take the drop here, and I could be like, black and white pretty easily, and then splash the Drist, because black can get me some treasures. Alright, and then I can see this pack which has a red dragon. What to do here? I think the best card in the pack is the red dragon, but it would be yet another color for me, a 4th color for me. And I can't play red dragon and, well, no, actually I can play Drist and red dragon in the same deck. It's not impossible to play red white or red green and splash the Drist then. But I also have something like a Vampire Spawn here, Dwarfle Champion. I like the champion if I'm gonna play the Plate Armor, and I think I'm gonna make that decision now. I'm gonna take the white card. Because of the Plate Armor, I really want to be maybe an equipment-focused white deck, if I just can. Okay, and then I have this pack, which is not... Okay, I'm actually glad I didn't take the red dragon, because if this pack had something great red, or even something playable red, that might be a bit awkward, having passed the dragon, but there's nothing I want to pick. The Price of Loyalty requires a specific deck around it, and I wouldn't be interested in that card no matter what. No, there's not really anything black either here. I think I'll just take the Troubadour here. I like it more than the Monk, although the Monk isn't that bad, in my opinion, in the end. But let's take the green card, and if I can, I will be white and green. And now there's a Hulking Bugbear coming as pick number 6. This is actually a very good card. So now I'm maybe thinking that I should have taken the red dragon, given this. I mean, I don't think I was supposed to take it because I think that my decision was correct in that pack. But if I had taken it, I would be rewarded with this thing. Wow. I mean, the only uncolored cards are like a bull strength here. There's so much red is open. Red has to be open, right? I just take the red card now. I mean, I could take the whole dropper because I have the precipitous drop, but I mean, if I'm gonna get this red card so late, yeah, yeah, I should maybe draft red because it seems to be open here. Anyway, I'll take the Goblin Morningstar. It's the most interesting card here for me. And wow, so there's Tagnar. I think it's here because it's red. Green didn't seem that open in the end. I would take it easily, but there's also an Evolving Wilds. Especially if I'm gonna splash the Drizzt here, I kinda want to have it. Can I be red-green? I think it's more likely that I'm gonna be red-white maybe. It also works with the equipment theme here actually. So I can be red-white splashing for Drizzt. That's like the current plan. Tagnar would be okay. I mean, it's an excellent card, but I'm not sure if I can be green here. Really. Okay, do I take the Dueling Rapier? Do I take the thing that can help me splash? I think I might be able to get unexpected windfalls later in the draft. This is just pack 1, pick 9, so maybe I don't need to focus on that right now. The Javeliner is okay, but I think I like the Javeliner after I have picked something like a Dueling Rapier. I take the Rapier now. It's actually quite nice with the 12-hole champion. Can make it like suddenly a 5-3 out of nowhere. Alright, I'm not taking another one of those. I guess I could take a Boot of Speed at some point, but I think here I'm gonna take the 6-drop. I don't really have that many expensive cards, so let's take one now. I do quite like that card. And Critical Hit, well, that is just a bad card, so don't know what to take here. Brazen Dwarf because I wanna cut maybe red somehow. I don't think I'm gonna play the 2-mana 1-3, although I might sideboard it in it because this is a best of 3 draft. So against very aggressive decks, I might want to have 2-mana 1-3s, even if I'm aggressive myself. Kick in the door. That's something I won't be playing. So I'll take the Direwolf Prowler. I don't like that card too much, but if I somehow end up green, it is at least playable. Okay, so the Armory Veteran was actually the last pick in that pack. Pretty funny because that's an amazingly. I mean, it's an. I mean, no, amazing was the wrong word. It's not amazing in any situation, but it's completely reasonable 2-drop, especially if you have some equipment. And I think I have 3 already. Yep. All right. So I don't need to pick any mythic rares because I have all of them. So this is only 40 gems, and I'm not taking it from this pack. This pack has better cards. The Reaper's Talisman is the best card in the pack. So I just don't think I'm gonna play it. Black red, can't even splash Drizzt easily, so and I think I'm gonna be red no matter what. So there's the Burning Hands and Improvised Weaponry. This would allow me to splash. This is amazing against green and still playable against most other, all the other decks. So I think I'll take this. And maybe I'll find some other ways to splash. Okay then. Now it feels like it really feels like if I took the Tagnar over the Evolving Wilds, it would be very easy to go red-green here now. But I don't think the green was open in pack 1. I got like the Troubadour. So maybe pack 3 won't give me a lot of green cards, but I mean there's an Owlbear, there's a Werewolf pack leader, and of course the pack leader would be the pick here if I were green here. But I don't think I'm gonna do that. I don't have a lot of white here though, but I have only one green card as well, and I do like the plate armor maybe quite a bit here. So I'm feeling like Blink Dog comes back from this pack, and I'm going to here take just the Priest of Ancient Lord because it's an okay playable here. It's nothing wrong with it, and I can maybe get the Blink Dog back, and I will be interested in it because a double striker with some power enhancing equipment is obviously pretty decent. Here I'll just take a 2-drop, and it's a very nice 2-drop also with the equipment I have. I don't think this is a cleric class deck. If I did end up green-white as I wanted to be after the first pick, a cleric class would be a nice pickup here, but not for this deck. I'll take the steadfast paladin instead. Okay, so white is at least open here. Another cleric class. Also not a lot of green here, so I'm glad I didn't take the green rare. right? Guardian of Fate, it's nothing too amazing, but it's still, I mean, the worst you have is a double caster, so hard to cast a 3/2 for 3 with flash and vigilance, which is, I mean, it's not gonna be useless. And then sometimes you get some card advantage when you are protecting a creature that is about to get killed. You maybe win a card in that exchange. So I think it's pretty easy pick, but it's not really anything like a strong rare or that. I could pick a bunch of removals, for example, over this. Okay, here I'm just taking the you hear something on watch. I quite like the card, even in aggressive decks. Improvised weaponry, yeah, that's the easy pick here now. A lot of blue here. I mean, out of the 9 cards in here, 5 of them are blue. But yep, blue is not very drafted in this set because it's not very good, but this pack has two nice blue uncommons. Not that I'm caring about them. Improvised weaponry is decent here, allows me to make the wrist splash again easier. And the 12-volt champion, I'm gonna take another one of those. I have now still 3 equipment. Hopefully I get the boot of speed back. Or did I? Well, at least this pack has boot of speed. That said, it has also another you hear something on watch. It has also a 12-volt champion here. I should first of all cut the Troubadour and the Precipitous drop. I'm not playing those. So here I have 9 creatures, 6 non-creatures. I actually do prefer creatures at this point. Yeah, I'll take the champion here. And now with triples champion, I actually don't mind having a bunch of other equipment still. Do I take a random 4-drop? I have no 4-drops of any kind. I'm not going to activate this ability that often or trigger. This is a decent at least sideboard card against some annoying enchantments. I guess I can get random 4-drops anyway. That's not the kind of 4-drop I maybe need the most. Okay, I take the Blink Dog now. I definitely want to have still more equipment with a triple 12-volt champion. But even if I don't get, I already have 3 and they are all pretty decent with the Blink Dog. It can be a 3/1 double strike, so basically it deals 6 damage. And I'll take the Rallyman over here. And it can be, where is it? It can be a 2/1 double strike and trample. I can play this actually, this 4-drop. And then it can obviously be a 4/4 double striker. So these are pretty decent options already. And I might still get some more because, of course, there's one entire pack left to draft here. Oh wow, this is tough. Of course, the option is while you hear something on watch and the holding Okra are completely reasonable cards, I wouldn't mind picking here. Hopefully, I get one of these as pick number 9. The actual decision is between Battlecry Goblin and the Den of the Bugbear. This is just it's not exactly a strict upgrade to a mountain because mountain enters untapped also later in the game, but of course this being a pretty decent animated land, it's very, I mean, this is one of the best uncommons in the set, but this is just a free upgrade. I will not run out of playables, and this is upgrading a basic land into a better card. This is gonna replace something that's still gonna be at least reasonable, so I think I'm taking the land here, but that could have, I mean, if you took the goblin there, I'm not gonna say that it's a wrong pick. I just personally like to make my lands better, and that will leave room for the deck to, still have 23 good cards, even though none of them will be as good as, well, the rest maybe will be, but most of the cards won't be as good as the Battlecry Goblin. This is still improving a mountain into a Den of the Bugbear, I think is reasonable pick here. I mean, it's a strong effect, I think, in terms of overall strength of the deck. Yeah, Plundering Barbarian was the pick here. I just was talking about the previous pick so long that I didn't take it, but it's a very easy pick. Gives me a treasure for the splash, and also quite often it can get an artifact killed here. Now, am I going to take the Faridas Fireball? Look at my curve, it's so weird here. I don't think I'm going to take the... I wouldn't mind the 4-drops. Well, the Abroad Pegasus would be my pick here, but I'm thinking about the Fireball here. I have like a 1 5-drop, 1 6-drop. It's really decent removal. Maybe I get one of the white cards back. I don't know. I want to take the removal here now. Alright, so there's a Magic Missile. I'll take it. It's pretty decent. Can get a 2 for 1 and also can deal damage to an opponent, which can sometimes be relevant when, well, when they have 3 or less life. You can just kill them with this. Alright, Chaos Channeler is obviously the better 4-drop here. I'm happy to pick that. And now there's a Steadfast Paladin again. I don't think I need 2 of these Earth Cult Elementals, so I'll just take that Paladin here. And 26 cards. I have 1 Half-Elf Monk. I have 1 Dueling Rapier. I'm not sure if I want to play 2 of those Rapiers. I probably won't have room in the deck for it, so I'll take 20 gems in this case. Of course, Bard class isn't gonna be played here. But how many non-lands? That's okay. That's actually a 24 non-lands because I have 2 lands in here picked. So I cut 1 card and that's it. What is the cut currently here? Okay, I like all the cards, and I think it's gonna be the rally maneuver because I don't want to cut creatures here. I'd rather play the equipment and so on. Now, am I going to take? I think I'll take the Dawnbringer Cleric for the sideboard. These are not really upgrades to any of my cards in the deck, so I'd rather have the enchantment removal. Oh, well, I mean, I guess I'd rather have 2 enchantment removals against decks that have multiple enchantments I want to get rid of. Because the other cards, I wasn't gonna really be excited to run them. Okay, let's take the Great Axe for sideboard. I don't really see a situation where I'm gonna sideboard it in, but I guess it is a colorless card, so I could do that. Now, that's a pretty late Gnoll Hunter. There's a Plummet that I could sideboard. Or do I want to play Iron Golem? I just don't like the Iron Golem. I think I'll take the Plummet because it is a card I can sideboard in. I'm already splashing for green, so might as well take that one. Okay, now here, Steadfast Paladin number 3 or a Paladin Shield. I don't think... I'll take the Paladin Shield now, mostly because I have, what, 3 of these 12-volt champions. Making them 3/5s is quite okay, maybe. Here I take the Rapier, but I think I'm gonna cut it from my main deck. It's still an equipment that doesn't enhance power. So for example, with Blink Dog, it's not exactly great. So it's gonna be white, red, and splashing of green, and yep, these cards won't be in the main deck. So let's cut the lands for now, and 26 cards. I will play 17 lands in this deck. Although I could play just 16 given the curve in here. And I have few ways to make treasures. Well, not a lot. I have improvised weaponry and a plundering barbarian. But only 2 4-drops, 2 5-drops, 1 6-drop. But then again, I'm splashing for green, so I will, with the Evolving Wilds, I will be putting 1 forest in the deck. So the splash, I think, will be Evolving Wilds, 1 forest, and then I have 2 ways to make a treasure token. I don't think I have more ways to make a treasure token. I don't even have a venture in this deck. Nope. So I don't want to play 16 lands because it also makes my mana requirements. I mean, well, the mana requirements are still the same, but the mana will be worse. Given that I have some double casters here too. So I will play 17 lands. I'm gonna cut now from the main deck the Paladin Shield, and I'm going to cut the Rally Maneuver, and I'm gonna cut the Dueling Rapier. That is still 3 equipment, although the Plate Armor also likes to have more equipment. I guess I could play 2 Dueling Rapiers here. So let's see I do that. That's good for the 12-hole champion and very good for the Blink Dog as well. And of course the Plate Armor is cheaper to re-equip when you have more equipment on the battlefield. So this would allow, I would be cutting a card here in this case. But what is the card to be cut? I don't think I want to cut any of the expensive stuff here. I like my 3-drops. Yeah, I like all this, man. Also, by the way, the Dueling Rapier is pretty decent with the Half-Elf Monk because it has Vigilance, so I can make it a 3/4 Vigilance, so it can attack. It can be a somewhat reasonable attacker and still be able to block or tap. But yes, I think I have made a decision to play 2 dueling rapiers, but now I have to cut something. All the 2-drops are good with the equipment also, so I don't want to cut 2-drops. Now this is really awkward. Is it going to be the Earth Cult Elemental? But I like to have the 1 6-drop. Now how would my mana look if I played 16? I think the one cut I should maybe just do is the Priest of Ancient Lord. It's okay, especially when I can equip it to make it a more impactful creature. I also don't want to cut actually creatures, but let's see what the mana looks like if I would still play 16 lands. With Drist I will be playing Forest. So that's, and let's put 1 white source to kind of balance out the Bugbear. That would be 12 lands to add. I have 1 plains, 1 red source. So 6 and 6 would be, that wouldn't be that good. That would maybe, that would, yeah, 6 and 6. So that would be 7 and 7 plus the Evolving Wild. So I would have like 8 ways to get them both on turn 2. It's gonna be very hard to get these double casters. I have also I don't care about the Guardian of Fate that much. This doesn't need to be castable on turn 3, but I want to have the Magic Missiles, the Hulking Bugbear and the Chaos Channeler. As soon as I draw them, I want to be able to cast them. So I think I'm gonna play 17 lands with 7 mountains and 6 plains. And I'm gonna cut the Priest of Ancient Lore. It's a decent card, but it's really, I mean, all the other cards are better synergy for the deck. Priest of Ancient Lore is just like a, a playable, always playable, never like a bad card. But it's also something that, unless you have a life gain synergies, it doesn't really contribute that much. So yeah, I'm gonna put, what did I say, 6 more plains, and then 7 more mountains. This one. So that's 8 red sources, 7 white sources, and the Evolving Wilds, and the 1 forest for the Drist. And I have a couple of ways to make treasures, so I guess it's fine. So this is the main deck. Of course I will be able to sideboard into different builds, depending on what the opponent has. So let's see the mana curve. Well, that's at least reasonable. I could be having some trouble with flooding out, of course. When you have a low curve, flooding out is problematic, but I have at least equipment I can move around. So I have some use for the mana, although that isn't necessarily that great to use mana just to move equipment around, but it's better than having nothing to do with the mana. I have the mana here that works. I have the plate armor, I have a couple of removal spells. With the plate armor, I think I will keep it. I can remove the early play, so I'm not worried about getting run over here, even though I have no creatures here. Please play a hawk. Oh, that's a 50. No, I was hoping for a 1/1, because that would allow maybe have the magic missile be a 2 for 1, but they had this thing. Okay, so that's gonna be just killed. Well, I try to kill it with this thing, and let's see if they have something else here. So this can venture, but it takes 4 mana, so that's pretty expensive. Mimic. Alright. That is a bit questionable card usually. Maybe they have their reasons to run it. Okay, so they don't have anything for the magic missile, but it's okay, I can play the plate armor here now. And next turn, half-elf monk, and then if I get to equip this thing, it's gonna be a 4/7 vigilance attacker. But I wouldn't be able to, well, I mean, I am able to use a tap ability, but when they have the 50 feet of rope, they just could continuously make it not untap. But maybe they have artifact removal. Or are they mono white? There's only planes in here. Maybe they are. Well, they could have a minimus containment for it anyway. Okay, planar ally. That thing is going to start, sadly, venturing for them. So now I have a question here. And the question is that, do I want to be mana efficient or not? Because I could play the half-elf monk now and next turn play the magic missiles and the dual-fold champion. I don't care about the 3 damage. But they have here also a venturing machine, so-called. I think it's fine to do the magic missile right now. They are tapped out, so they can't save it anyhow. Maybe they have like a way to boost its toughness, for instance. That would be bad. And next turn I can play the 12-volt champion and equip it for 3. That's a reasonable use for white mana. And then the half-elf monk can be done later. So they have 2 cards left. Poison of Healing, that draws them a card. And then they can gain 3 life at some point if they want to. Gloomstalker. Okay, well they will get double strike for that thing actually. Because they will, with the 50 feet of rope, they will be able to venture. Although they might want to just keep this tap down because it is in fact a 6/6. It has ward 1 as well, but yeah, tying it up will cost always 4 mana. So, and I have the half of monk anyway. So now they have 1 exact card here. Well, that's only 6 lands. I have 7 lands here, so it's pretty even in terms of the number of spells and lands drawn here. And if they want to use the lockdown ability here, oh, they have a tapper here again. Well, I was saying that they can't then use the rappel down to venture. But now they will be able to tap it down with the half monk. But I can tap down there. Yeah, that's a battle of tappers. The one who is aggressive wins that battle because I can use my half-elf monk on their end step to tap it down. And then they can't tap down my 4-fold champion. Okay, Burning Hands can't currently kill anything. So yeah, let's just attack. They take 6, but it's no big deal because they have a 3 life gain. I mean, even if they didn't have 3 life gain available, they would be only at 14. Or, I mean, from my perspective, only at 14 and nowhere near dead, but they actually can be at 17. But at least I get some damage in here now, and I still have a spell to play. I could flood out here a bit, and that could be problematic. Hopefully that will not be the case. Okay, they are not blocking it. What's going on? This is... Yeah, they just jump blocked when they were effectively at 17 life. They lost a creature here, which actually could have been a 2 power double striker later in the game, perhaps. So this is the thing. I posted my set completion stuff on Reddit, for instance, and there was also again the discussion that are traditional drafts really that easy? Isn't it hardcore? Isn't it just filled with people who are the best drafters in the world? Well, as you can see, based on the jump block the opponent made there, maybe not. So this has the traditional drafts, because they are unranked. They have all kinds of players. All kinds of players, and I would say that the average opposition is easier in traditional drafts than in premier drafts. At let's say in premier drafts that have say platinum rank and up. Anyway, pretty easy. Equip here, and then attack for 4, and then I can tap down the half-elf monk, end of their turn. And they can lock down one of these guys, but one of them will be untapping, and then it will be equipped by the plate armor, because at least with the lands available here, I can move the equipment around. So am I supposed to? No, it doesn't actually matter if I move the plate armor or not. Yeah, they don't actually get to venture. Well, they do get to venture, but then they will take additional damage, and they are not. They are at level 0 in a dungeon, so it's not really. I mean, it's not very powerful venture. In a couple of first ventures are not exactly powerful, so they can't really get good value out of this Rabble down anytime soon. So I think they're just gonna have to tie up my creatures instead. Okay, I'm winning. If this is the status quo, I will be winning the game, but of course I would rather. Let's see, did I have my evolving wilds? Nope. So I have 9 lands here. I have 8 lands left in the deck and 17 non-lands. That doesn't actually do anything, so that's good for me that they drew that card. Even if they start locking down the health of monk, this will be a 6/6 with the plate armor, so this 1/6 can't really. Okay, they will go to venture now. Can't really block it. So they chose a venture. Which dungeon it is? They will be taking 7 damage now, going down to 8, unless they go to Mad Mage. They go to Fan Delivery. Not unsurprisingly, this is most likely the thing they need the most. Just try to scry into something good. They scry to bottom here. Okay. Wow. I could be a bit more annoyed about the draws here if my situation wasn't that good here now. I have what, 10 lands? Well, they have 8, so they are flooding out big time, and they just didn't want to continue. They could have gone for the treasure token, but it wasn't gonna be. Yeah, it wasn't gonna win the game. I have the better board in there anyway. So they have a artifact here. Well, multiples, including this, but I have a plundering barbarian, and this thing only kills enchantments. I can't get rid of an artifact with it. So I think it's very unlikely that I'm going to sideboard anything here. Or sideboard out anything now. It's good. So I know the Ikoria, or is it Ikoria? I think it's Ikoria. Anyway, that the free premier draft is up now, but I won't be drafting now because I actually went to mythic rank, and I'm now. It's 3 days left in the season, and my mythic rank in limited is something like a 680 currently. So there's a chance that because there's a lot less rank decay in the limited ladder than in the constructed ladder. So there's a chance that in 3 days my rank will hold and it will be enough to finish at top 1200. So that's the reason I won't be risking premier drafts until if before the 3 days have passed, I drop to like let's say 1100 rank, then I would have to just in case draft and hope to win some games to keep myself in top 1200 ranking. But for at least for this weekend now, there won't be the iCoded draft won't be coming to my channel. I will record it and upload it, of course, for my channel. The one iCoded draft. I don't think I'm gonna do more than one of it. It's not my favorite format because of the cycling deck. If the cycling deck wasn't there, it's actually a pretty decent format, but I don't plan to play it more than once. Okay, this is actually pretty decent 2 cards, but it's a 5 lander. But I think because these are pretty efficient, I can maybe even win some combat with this. I'm going to keep this. And if I now flood out, I understand that's the case. I'm gonna play the planes now because I have only one, then I can play it on the next turn. I don't wanna hold mana up for the because this will give me priority if I play the red source now, so I don't wanna do that. Okay, I got 2 lands there, but at least one of them was the creature land, so it's not so bad. But of course, I kept 5 and drew 2 lands as the first 2 draws, so it's not. Could be better. But the Den of the Bugbear, that can actually do some work. So now the question is, if they are not going to play anything, am I going to even attack? Well, they did play, so no. Because they would have just gotten to tie up this for free. I don't think I would have attacked in that case. But now the question is... I will keep the Dueling Rapier as a trick here. I will not play it. I could play it now and take deal 2 additional damage. But I want to keep it as a trick, because this might be trading with a 2-power creature and I can get to eat something for free in that case. A Steadfast Paladin was also a good one. I might even want to use the Dueling Rapier as a trick to enhance this guy's power. Maybe they would easily have like the 1/4 the Vigilance Tapper on the next turn. But am I going to attack with the champion in that case? I don't think I am. That would be too easy for them to know something is up. But I would attack with the Steadfast Paladin because it has lifelink. So yeah, exactly, they have the... Oh, I didn't want them to know that. Because now they are gonna block because it has lifelink and I would attack with this no matter what. And now just I get to kill it for free. Fantastic. And next turn I can even attack with this if I so choose. Depends completely what they are gonna have here. If they're gonna use this to use 3 mana on it, I'm definitely just... Okay, have a treasure chest. Yeah, that's gonna waste 2 turns from them. Well, at least 1. If they get the treasures, they can get mana for the next turn, but... yeah, I don't think it's worth it. Okay, so they actually have no mode for this thing either. Target wall can't block this turn, but why they have a mana? Okay, well, I'm gonna just do this. I could play the 12-volt champion, but I think this is more valuable. What 1 mana card is there? They can't use this because there's no target wall. So they have a 1 mana card. What it can be? Maybe they have full control up or something, I don't know. Maybe we'll see very soon. Well, they are not at 9 now, and I have a 6/6 coming up. Yeah, they really... they can't even... I mean, yeah, they can... They don't even want to draw 3 cards, even though it gives 3 life to them. Okay, now they have at least something there. Something to block with. So, am I going to offer the trade? Yeah, because I play the 6/6 this turn for sure. I can't win because they're gonna gain 2 life with this thing. They block the 4-power creature, go to 11, and then I can... Okay, well, this has flash. They don't really need to do it like that. But they did. Okay, sure. Let's see if they take the... Yes, they do. And if I have to sacrifice, but I don't. But I would have sacrificed the planes here. Actually, it wouldn't have been a big deal at all. They do have to sacrifice either a land or something. Treasure chest. Yep, they did sacrifice it because they don't have time to use 4 mana for it. Okay, well, this was a pretty easy match now. Opponent had some cards that are not... basically are just way too slow. I was able to curve out here even though I kept a risky a 2-spell land, but I did draw enough non-lands to make a very decent game out of this. But yeah, this is something sometimes in traditional drafts. This is kind of the quality. Again, I hate to talk in a way that I kind of say that my opponent was a bad player. I can say that they were an inexperienced player, and these kind of players come as opponents in traditional drafts, and this is never going to happen in, let's say, platinum or diamond rank or mythic rank in premier drafts. You will have most of the opponents, they are completely knowing what they're doing. It's going to be so much harder. So if you are struggling at platinum ranks in premier drafts, but you in general know how to draft, and you consider yourself competent drafter, you should definitely try traditional drafts if you want to try to see if you can win some packs and gems. Now, this pack I'm going to this draft, sorry, this hand can't talk apparently. I'm gonna keep because I have the Goblin Morningstar if nothing else, and then if I draw any land, I can play the improvised weaponry. Chaos Channeler will be good. I can maybe cast this at some point. So this is a risky hand, but I will still keep it. I'm on the draw here, so I have an additional draw step to try to find a land here. And that is the best thing I can have. Now it's still kinda, do I want to have a plains or a mountain for the Chaos Channeler? But I can get the double red from the treasure given by the improvised weaponry. And I have the forest here, so I don't need to save up treasure for the wrist splash either. So I'm gonna just get a mountain here. Sorry, not mountain, plains. Okay, my other double cast red here. Anyway, I'll do this instead of the Morningstar because I could get some value out of the Dueling Rapier if they have like a vampire spawn, but they had nothing there. Well, let's see what happens when I do this. Nothing happens. Okay, so what are of these guys? They had nothing for the first 3 turns. Okay, now they must have something. Do they have like a Manticore? Oh yeah, well that's gonna be very bad news for them. I even drew the other mountain, so I can do this because this is gonna be a 5/3. It's gonna survive here. And I guess because of the mountain I drew here, I can actually still play a spell. Wow, I mean this was just I got the auto equip here too. And I can move it on to the other Dwarfle Champion to make it a 4/3 trampler. Okay, so that is at least, oh, I was gonna say, it's at least something good, but this is one of those matches where I get all I need, because this equip cost will be 1, because I have 2 equipment here. How sick is this? They're gonna either take a ton of damage, 11, or trade with the Dwarfle Champion. Both of these outcomes I'm very happy with. They're gonna go to 3, and the improvised weaponry can deal 2 damage, so... And I have 3 attackers here. Cult element, okay, that is not bad. They bounce the token here, so now they are gonna have to jump block with a 6/6, and then they're gonna have to... So basically, yeah, I win now because I have well, I win now because... Well, yeah, anyway, I would have won here because I could have played this kill... Yeah, because I can make this thing trample. That's the point here. The point here is exactly this. So now they will be taking some damage, and then I will finish them off with the improvised weaponry. But even without the land, I could have done a pre-combat improvised weaponry, and then with a treasure token I could have had mana to equip the Goblin Morningstar still. Okay, so they had... Yeah, first play Manticore, which is not exactly a defensive play. It's a 4 mana 2/1. It's not good in defense, and if you plan to keep a hand that has this as the first drop, if the opponent goes 2-drop and so on like I did, it's gonna be problematic. But they have a lot of these high toughness attack blockers, I mean 3-5, 2-5. So how do I battle against them? One option is to play the rally maneuver. Another is Great Axe, which I don't want to play. But the rally maneuver is actually something I could consider. How about the Burning Hands? It's still 2 mana for 2 mana, 2 damage, instant speed. They don't have green, but I kind of feel like the rally maneuver is something I might want to have. What I don't want to have then. You hear something and watch. Am I gonna be on the defense at all? Is the +1/+1 going to be relevant? I think against that deck, if they have those mostly blockers, I should take this away, and then rally maneuver goes in. I'm not putting the Great Axe. 5 mana equip is, I mean, +4/+0. It's not really. It's not a joke. It is a lot, but 5 to equip. Then again, if they have a very slow deck and have a lot of those high toughness blockers, this could be the matchup where I can actually sideboard this in. But I think I'm going to do it anyway like this, that I will see more stuff from them. Maybe they just had a very unlucky draw there. Maybe they do have some aggressive stuff. Maybe I don't have time to move around the Great Axe. But if this is going to be the same kind of match where game where this is a fantastic hand, by the way. If this is the same kind of a game here where they just don't do anything and then they have a lot of high toughness creatures, I'm gonna put the Great Axe in the deck in that case. Of course, I can just win this game and then there won't be any game 3 in that case. Okay, well that's why would they main phase that thing? There's no reason to main phase, and I'm of course lucky and drew the mountain to get the hasty guys here. I wasn't able to do it based on the starting hand, which had only 1 mountain. But I guess everything goes my way now in this event. Okay, that's yet another 5 toughness thing, but I do have the rally maneuver, improvised weaponry. I also have the Farides fireball here. So if I'm gonna attack with both and they don't block, well, they take 6. I guess I can let them venture a bit. Because then, of course, I would just play the 4-fold champion. I wouldn't play the improvised weaponry on the Scion. Although that would allow me to cast the wrist with the treasure on the next turn. But I'm pretty sure they are going to block anyway. So let's see what happens. Because this thing gives what, +1, +2, +0 and first strike. And then, yeah, okay. So it's gonna be good. I mean, if they don't block, then I'll just let them venture if they want to attack with that thing. Okay, so target creature. This doesn't tell it's the first strike, but it is the first effect there, so I'm assuming this is the +2, +0 and first strike, and then this is the +0, +2 and lifelink. Like so. Okay. Rider. Well, that only can, because it has 3 toughness, it can only trade with these guys. So am I getting the... No, this is the Burning Hands on here. And then I'm gonna attack with both. And then I'm gonna play this, and now it's possible they can remove or tap this, and then they get a 2-1 spider, but I took that risk. I think they're attacking them. Okay, they have fly here. Because I can kill the spider with the weaponry. So they need something else, because otherwise they're gonna just die here. And the fireball will be guaranteed 2 damage to them. And that's also valuable here, because they are at so low life total here now. Okay, so they really have this. A lot of these 5-mana things. Now they are going to go to Goblin Lair or Mine Tunnels. So I think the best shot for me here is to just improvise the weaponry here. This thing. Attack them to 2, and because now I will have a treasure, so I can cast the Farides Fireball next turn. If they don't gain life, they're gonna die. Oh, they can gain life if they roll it with the Herald of Hadar. Okay, well, that wasn't actually that easy. Pixie guide, but no, that they don't have the 6 mana anymore, so yep. Oh, they do if they get a treasure. So this is interesting because they're gonna have to roll a 1 to 9 now. But are they gonna do it now? Yeah, they should do it now. Otherwise I can. And they have a pixie guide, so they actually have 2 such. So they did get exactly that. Okay, so now things are actually different now. I have to kill the Drider, in fact. Sadly, that means I can't cast the Restore. Okay then. But this is just gonna keep venturing and giving them 2/1s. It's not really good for me. Huh. Fly on the Drider. That was relevant. So I'm actually not the favorite here at all because they have the Pixie Guide Herald combination. They can make me lose 2 life and most likely gain 2 life themselves. So if I attack with both, nothing good comes out of that. I would love to play the Chaos Generator, but I don't want them to attack anymore with this thing, so if I kill... Wait a minute, they're gonna go to... So if I kill the Herald of Hadar, they're gonna have to block both of these, but yeah, they just gonna... I lose both of these. It's not working that way at all. I have to do it like this. Let's see if I take 2 here or not. I do take 2 here. Alright, so I think... I think I'm in trouble here now. Yeah, the Pixie Guide in combination with the Herald here. That is nasty. I wish I had a Drist here, that would be very good. Well, there's nothing much else to do than this. And then... At least this thing can attack, okay. Definitely they get the good rolls now. They have 3 rolls, so they are gonna get... oh, they got even 20 for the treasure tokens. Acceptable with the 2 Pixie Guides. Okay then, so... I'm going to... If I attack with all, they are going to... Well, they're not going to block the... Yeah, let's just attack with this guy now. I get... Oh, 3 cards. I can play all of them. I got a 22. Too bad the Blundering Barbarian... Wait, allows me to cast Drist, but the problem is I'm going to die here. Very easily. You know, they have 10 mana, so they can't have double activation for the Herald. Even if they draw land, that's gonna be 11 only. It would cost... more than that. Well, exactly 1 more. So I can play this, I can play this. Then I'm gonna sadly not have the Drist up. But I guess I need my life heal. Double Striker is good, but not when I don't have power enhancement. Life Linker can buy me some time, so let's do that. So I guess if they draw land now, I can have a chance, but if they have a spell here, it's going to be very hard, because they can both activate the ability here and play a spell, because they still have 4 mana left. So now they're at 8, I'm at 3. But I have 2 life coming up from the Paladin here. And this thing says that whenever a creature dies, if it had power greater than Drist power, well, none of that will happen now. Because none of them has greater than 3 power. But I have to attack with all now, otherwise I will die. So let's do that. I think they want to kill the Steadfast Paladin. They have something here maybe. Feign death and that. Okay, well that is good for them. And that means no, I'm not quite dying. I go to 1 here. Funny. So I can play this and a Blink Dog. Okay. So they can attack me to 3 and then make me lose 2. So I'm at 1. I could be at 1 here. They maybe don't attack now. But can I... If I draw like a... Oh, 20, but they get treasures. Okay, maybe it is relevant, but I think I need to win on this turn anyway, because otherwise next turn I would die to Pixie Guide. Den of the Bugbear. That isn't going to make it. So I will... I guess I do have the life linger here still, but let's see what they do. Maybe they make a mistake of some kind. So that's gonna do that. That's gonna block that thing, and then... Yeah, maybe... Well, that's lethal. I mean, they just block with the Herald. There's no reason why wouldn't they do that. But now they have 2 activations with the land, so I'm... Then again, I would... So maybe I shouldn't have attacked with the all, because now that I have the Den of the Bugbear, they can just attack with the Herald here. It's not really good. Yeah, but phasing out doesn't do anything, it just doesn't work. So yeah, that actually... So maybe I shouldn't have attacked with the... Yeah, with them. I mean, they're gonna attack now, they have all the info. I'm not going to let them even make a mistake of not attacking there. But if I didn't attack with the Plundering Barbarian, but then they wouldn't have blocked maybe with some of the things. Because if they leave the Pixie Guide alive, they can attack me to 3 with it. And then they can activate this. Well, they can activate it once and maybe twice if they drew a land, so... That's why I wanted this to die anyway, but... I suppose I needed to draw something else than a land in this turn. But now, with the things I witnessed in here... They have a fly here, but I didn't see any other enchantment. Because I do have a Dawnbreaking and Cleric. But the 1-3 is just so bad body against that deck. Do I want to have a Plummet here? It works well against the Pixie Guides if I really want to. And a fly. And of course I saw the 2-5 bouncy thing too. So Plummet is an option. And then what I was really thinking is the Great Axe. It's just 5 mana to equip. It's so expensive. Maybe the Burning Hands just doesn't have a lot of targets. It really doesn't. Well, there's a Soul Knife Spy though. And of course this thing. Maybe they block with the Shortcut Seeker, something that has 3 power, and then I can finish it off. Yeah, maybe I will still have it. But something has to go here. If I want to have, for example, the Plummet. I'm thinking about the Guardian of Faith, actually. It seems to be the most, or the least interesting card here. So I will cut it, and now I'm deciding between a Plummet and a Great Axe. Let's try the Great Axe, just because this is... I never expected to play this card in this format. I will put it to the deck now. Let's hope to have an aggressive curve here, because that's probably what I need. They have a lot of expensive late game stuff there. And I don't like that I have the 6-drop and the 5-drop. I do like that I have the Drist, because I have, with the Plundering Barbarian and Evolving Wilds, I do have the mana for it, and I still have red. So I'm gonna keep it, and this is gonna get me the mountain. But this can really backfire if I don't draw lands here. Okay, that was very good to draw the first land here. And the second land, I would of course prefer a mountain here, but that's still better than... Well, I mean, it's still good to draw a land here. And now I can play Drist on the next turn. Again, this thing has flash, so come on. And okay, Burning Hands. I'll save it. I will play Drist on this turn. So do I even offer the trade for both? Nah, the 3-1 can find a good equipment here. Turn for Drist. And a Quen Vivar. Okay then. They have a shortcut seeker, which is... Oh, well... Now, but this thing has double strike, so I would have been able to deal 6 here no matter what, or they jump block. But of course with that draw, it's just pretty horrible for them. And they block the one. That's the best for me. Okay, so I think the game is gonna be over here. But I did lose 1 game to them. Yeah, a lot of expensive stuff. Alright. Oh man, I'm keeping it because there's a Drist, there's a plate armor that is going to be cheaper to move around, and I have all the mana I need here. So I have a bunch of creatures in the deck, like 15, including the Goblin Morningstar, which effectively is a creature. But at least, yeah, that is... I have some double white, but not a lot, so I think I can just get the green mana for this right away. So turn 3 Blink Dark, and then I can equip it with a million things. If it doesn't get eaten, of course. Okay, 1-3. Oh, even a 2-drop. Well, this hand actually, after drawing, keeping a hand with no creatures other than the 5-drop, I drew 2 creatures back to back. Okay, they have colors. Well, that thing I want to block. So that means I won't be attacking with this. I was planning to attack, but I do want to block that thing, so let's just keep playing this stuff here. So, I mean, if they kill one of these, I will still block with the other. I don't want them to get any free ventures. Okay, Potion of Healing. Maybe they have some... But they have a black... What is their... Okay, I don't know. 50. This player also has this card. Wow. They gain life, so there was no synergy for the life gain. I'm confused. Well, now I could start attacking with the Blink Dog. But then they can kill the veteran and they can start venturing. Well, venturing once isn't gonna be that big of a problem. But I kinda want to... Are they gonna block with the Herbalist if I attack? I don't know, I guess I'll just do this. I'm not gonna attack with the Blink Dog. And I will see what they do. That is gonna game them 2 life only. Okay. Well, let's see what happens. I think I should do this. Although it's a bit risky with the death touch. No, I will just do it like this. Full strength. Well, okay, they get to venture, but I get to trade with it, so I guess it's fine. Because this will trample now, so it will take first strike damage 3, but then it can deal trample damage to me, but it will die here. Of course the dog dies too, but that was fine. It was still a 2 for 1. They go to Fandelver, they scry to top. Alright then. And I of course have a couple of... Oh, I can actually blow this thing up when it starts to annoy me. But of course, I could just equip my stuff here. Well, not both, because this costs 4, but I could make this into a 5-5 menace guy. But I think the mana efficient play is still the correct move to do here. I can move this equipment later on. Okay, they have a herd quarter. That was the card they kept on top, which is fine. And I have my own 6-6, so I'm gonna sack a land if I roll badly. It is acceptable. Now I could equip Drist, make it a 6-6 double striker, of course. And then I could play the Plundering Barbarian. I could take damage from here, or maybe I can double block it with the Queen of Warrand. Now Drist won't be getting any counters if I make it into a 6-6. Well, that's actually when a creature dies. So also opponent's 7-6 if it dies. Okay, I quite like the Plundering Barbarian play here, so let's do it. Because they might think that, okay, they used the 50 feet of rope to lock this thing down. They take 12 damage here now, and then they don't know that they're gonna lose the rope here. And I can still double block the herd quarter, and I think I will. So with the 4-1 and with the Plundering Barbarian, I can double block it. And it will give even a counter to Drist here, because the 7-6 would be dying. Close the gargoyle. Okay, they get to Goblin Lair, I think. Alright. So this hasn't got any trample, so they have jump blocks here. I can also... I'll just play the Earth Cult Elemental, of course. Yep. Yep, and then this. Both sacrifice, I'll sacrifice a mountain here. Minimum containment on Ridged. That's fine. I still have the plate armor stuff here, and I have the Earth Cult Elemental, and now I just have to figure out how do I do this. I think the plate armor is going to go on the 4-1 Trampler. It will be a 7-5 4 trample, so they actually can't kill it with anything else than the herd quarter. Which means that I'm going to equip. This gets menace if I equip it, but they can still double block it very well here, so I think I'm just gonna give the Trampler more power. And they are gonna... I can take the 7 like once, so I'm gonna attack with both of these. And plus I have blockers if I want to have them. I mean, if I want to block their attack. But they just make trade, that's just completely fine for me if they are gonna lose their board. I will lose this guy, but I still have the 6/6 and all the other guys. The plate armor is gonna be shining in these kind of events. They have... Okay, now I understand running a 50 feet of rope in a deck, but 2 is... That is quite a lot. Okay, well, I'm in a very good shape here still, of course. So plate armor on the Barbarian. And this goes here. And they're still taking 9 here. Or they're gonna have to jump. They can't kill either of those. Okay, +2 mace. They can't lock down any of my guy now because this costs 3 mana. So this is just lethal attack. Game is over. Especially with the menace guy, which was lethal alone and they needed to block with 2. So even if they locked down the Earth Cult Elemental, this was going to be a lethal attack. Right, so what is this deck that I just saw here? First of all, is the opponent splashing for a Yuan-Ti? It's a green-white deck that has the Yuan-Ti splashed here. They have multiple 50 feet of ropes. They have a life gain enablers, but I didn't see any payoffs. I guess they are somewhere. Somewhere here. Wait a second. This shows the opponent still had more than 30 cards in their deck. I have to check out their deck size. So, the rally maneuver, is that going to do something? It might do something. They have the 0-4 here, 1-3s. But what is a card I don't care about here? I guess that you hear something on watch. This can kill the Yuan-Ti, but I don't think that's so relevant. So again, I think I will play the rally maneuver instead of this. You hear something on watch, and that's it. Well, this is a good hand, so I'm gonna keep it. This is a red source. And yeah, look at this. They have 7 cards in hand, 45 and so 49 on deck. They are playing 56 cards. Yeah, that doesn't happen in premier drafts, I can tell you that. Range is longbow. So here I should just play the 3-1. Oh, they have green creatures, so this can deal 6 damage to them, including the herd quarter and that thing. I don't have a 3 mana play here. Well, I have the Guardian of Fate, but it doesn't do anything here. So maybe I should just I don't think I need to Burning Hands it quite yet. I will just do this. Maybe it gets auto-equipped. It does, so I can now block the 4-2 and they try to attack. I mean, they probably are not going to attack. Unless they have like a bull strength, of course. But if they trade a bull strength on my 1-1 token, even though I take a bunch of damage here, it's going to be fine. Now they can also equip the ranger's longbow, but that will take their turn, and then I would be happy to use the burning hands on my turn. But yeah, let's see if they have a bull strength here. I suspect that's what yeah, they have it. And I'm at 15, but I mean the token was kind of free. Spear dagger. Okay, well this is gonna have more toughness very soon. I think I'll just I kind of want to kill it now. I don't want to take more damage, so I'm actually just instead of equipping here, I will do this and attack for 3. They are not going to have a hasty creature for this spear dagger. Fate reversal. Okay, that's a thing that can happen. They get alive, so they go with the long route. So they can now, okay, finally land here, so... Well, I'm going to... I don't think they're gonna fall for it, for the dueling rapier, I mean. But maybe they are. No, I will do it like this. And do I want to block? They're gonna make it into a... It will be a 4-2, it can be a 6-3, 7-3... Yeah, I have to leave this as a blocker, so I'm gonna play this now. "50 feet of rope." Okay, they start venturing there. Well, they first start doing that. And yep, let's just kill it. Then they can venture all they want to. Both take 2, but I actually don't care about my life total here, so it's fine. So either they will venture or they will lock down one of the guys. Sylvan Shepherd. Oh, they don't. Okay. Okay, that's good too, but I kind of want to trade my armory veteran for it. Yeah, let's do it. Oh, they take 6. Because... Can play the Guardian of Fate. I think that because this has vigilance, it will be blocking on the next turn anyway. Now, if they do the ranger's longbow, though, well, they can go to back to 5 or 6 or even 9. I will have a lot of damage coming up next turn, so I think this is the move to make here. I will play the Guardian of Faith here. Maybe they try to lock down one of these and I can phase it out. Yeah, that's actually going to happen here. So I'll take here now 5. And yeah, that I'm gonna make it phase out. So it won't be... It will be untapping because it will phase back in and then untap. I suppose that's it. Resolve, and then I can of course kill that thing, which is going to make a lot of sense here. They gain 1 life only. So I'm gonna have a lethal attack. I think I'm gonna have it lethal attack anyway there. Let's just do this on here. I mean, even if I don't block, then I can attack with all of these and it will be lethal. But whatever, this is just... Well, with the magic missile and the hulking bugbear and the land that it can attack. And that was like in a multiple ways lethal, even if they had a blocker there. Alright, so that was a 56 card deck from the opponent. So that's the traditional drafts. I have to say that this event, I had 3 opponents that were not very experienced. Definitely people at platinum ranks in the ranked drafts and up are going to be more experienced than these opponents. So that was a fairly easy 3-0 here. Well, I can't pick my opponents. So of course, I would rather maybe show to you guys some high quality matches, but those maybe were not. but I got the grand prize because of that, so I'm happy in that regard. Next video will be, it will still be a traditional draft, I think. So I actually, yeah, this is a humble brag. I am at top 1200 currently in both ladders here, but this constructed rank will decay much faster than this limited one. So I will wait for a couple of days at least before I do any premier drafts, because I don't want to make this go down anymore. This might be enough for the top 1200 finish. So that's why I won't be playing any premier drafts, which means that the next video will be a traditional draft. I think I have one constructed video too coming up in this weekend. My constructed corner video series, which I named in that way, just for reasons I suppose. Thank you for watching and see you in the next video. Bye bye.